Hello everyone, I'm here again with another video. Um, I would like to share a small story to you, which really uh, it helped me to some extent to make me realize how to not behave with others. Now coming to the story, what I would like to share with you all is when I was in school. I think I was in fourth standard, and I had the most difficult fourth standard, I guess, in my school. The reason was I was studying in a typical school in Bangalore where English wasn't spoken. It was a convent just for namesake, so there was not much protocol followed in teaching or in making the students speak in English. There was no mandate rule, and it was a dream for my mother at those times to uh, make sure that I speak good English. As my mother had not studied much, she had come from a village, so it was a dream for my mother to get me admitted to a school, that prestigious convent school in Bangalore. So it was not less than a dream for her. And it didn't stop her from getting up early at 5 a.m. and standing in the queue for hours. At 5 a.m., there was a queue of almost of half a kilometer to get just the uh, this one admission form of the school. So this was the amount of competition in Bangalore those times. So yeah, somehow by hook or crook I got admitted in the school. I would not like to name my school. Though I had some bitter memories, I did have some good memories too. So I would just like to tell some that it was a convent school that I got admission into. And then there was strict protocol about you will have to speak in English and not any other language. If you speak, you will be punished. So this was the protocol. So initially I really had a tough time because I didn't know any other language apart from Urdu and Kannada. As I used to speak in Kannada in the previous school. So from third standard, after third standard and fourth standard, I got admitted to the school, and I didn't know. I used to always speak in Kannada because I used to just hear people speak so fluently, and it would mesmerize me. Like, how can anyone speak such good English? And I didn't know what to do because when you're just 10 years, you have been just shifted to some convent where everyone is looking down upon you and you are clueless and you are not knowing how to get adjusted. And at such a small age, what adjustment will you do? Whom will you cry? Whom will you go and speak to? You have no one. I was not so close to my mother that I would go and discuss everyday's activities. I was to some extent, but then I was a little introvert and shy kind of girl. I didn't want to disclose about this. So one day I spoke in Kannada to my friend, and she got up suddenly and she went to the ma'am and said she's speaking in Kannada. And the ma'am looked at me and she said, "It's Kannada period now. So let her speak in Kannada." And that was a saving, that was a saver for me. I was saved by that ma'am, and I was so happy that the ma'am said that. And these tiny moments of encouragement or someone trying to, they are not, it's minor mistake, but she tried to overlook it, and that really helped me. And this ma'am was good enough. But when in fourth standard, there was a lady who became my class teacher, and I was like, where am I? Where have I come? Because that lady was very strict. She was stern. She used to always, as soon as she would enter the class, she would find me and she would take my book and make me feel low by telling some things like, you are like this, you people will get married soon, etc., etc. And it would hurt me, and I didn't know how to process my feelings at such a young age. What will you process? Whom will you go to? What will you speak? Anything that I do was regarded as wrong. Anything that I say was regarded as, is she mentally retarded, is she mad? and it became a routine for me. Every day getting humiliated, getting insulted, getting beatings, getting shoutings. And my diary book of complaint column, the entire page was filled. There was the pages that were there for complaint column were full. It was only my diary book that had like that. So it was so embarrassing. And the worst part was, she would tell, you are not fit to stay in the school, please go with the watchman to your home, tell the watchman to drop to your home. So in the middle of the class she would tell me to go to my home. And I was so used to going that my mother, the moment she would notice me coming with the watchman, she would she would get so frustrated that she would just go to the room. And I didn't know what she would do. Was she crying or not? I didn't know how to react. And the worst thing is, even if you're getting beatings, it's okay, because ultimately parents are not knowing at home. But this case was something else. She would send me almost every day with watchman. I don't know why she would send me back home. What was the reason? And what was the anger? What was the enmity with me that she had? I had no idea. The thing was, I was not comfortable, and I didn't like the way she was treating me, humiliating me, getting angry on me. I didn't know what I had to do. I didn't know whom I had to speak regarding this matter. And days went by like this. And one day, what happened was, my uniform wasn't ironed much, I guess. And that day she looked towards me, she said me, get up and come out. And I went out. I went, and she took me to the restroom, the restroom. She made me to stand there. She said, remove your clothes. I'm gonna parade you without your clothes before everyone. Because everyone should know that if you don't iron your uniform, how will it feel? How will what punishment will be given? And I I didn't know what to do. And there was an ayah or someone who had come to clean the bathroom, and she overheard us, my ma'am, telling this to me. And then she said, in Kannada to that ayah, that I'm gonna make her remove her dress. And the ayah looked at with shock, and she said, don't do that, ma'am, don't do that, please don't do that. She was literally begging that ma'am, that don't do this, because it's humiliating. What what will I, will I be able to face the world the next day? Will I be able to face myself in the mirror after all this? I didn't know. I was blank. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to say, because even if I say a sorry, that might she might feel it as insult. So I didn't know. And all I remember was that Aya was begging her, and eventually she said okay to that Aya, and then she sent me back to the class. And it was, I even now, whenever I remember, I thank that Aya. I literally pray for her well-being. I really wish I could meet her. I would try to help her in any way I could. But yeah, that was an eye opener for me. I was like, I over a period of time, I realized that when a power is given to you, power will be given to you at some point of time, and after a period it will be snatched from you. This is the fact of life. We all get power of life, of having youth, and power of position. There are so many things. So power of money. When you are in power, make sure you're not exploiting the other. That is the biggest gift you can, blessing that you can have with you. Because when power is given to you, eventually it will be taken back from you. Life is given to us, it will be taken back one or the other day. Youth is given to us, it will be taken back when we become old. Youth is gone. The power of money is given to you. One or the other day, you'll either give it to someone, or you'll keep it with you. But when you die, you're gonna leave everything. So it will come to you and it will go back. That's the fact. So I realize that whenever you are given certain power, don't exploit the others, don't hurt others. That is the biggest lesson that I faced. Because when I was in the situation, I was literally begging in my heart that don't do this to me, please don't do this to me. I had no guts to tell her no. I had no guts to shout at her. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell regarding this, that whenever life gives you power, make sure you utilize it in order to uplift others, help others how much ever you can, because you never know, um, when that power is snatched back from you. So when it's snatched back, you should not regret that I wish I could have used it more wisely. So whatever life is giving you, if it is giving you youth, make sure at least once in a month do something. If not monetary, try to at least smile at a very old or a person or a beggar. It might make their day. So simple silly things which we are ignoring, which we are neglecting, are actually our biggest things that we can do in our life to make someone smile, to try to help someone who is crossing the road. Simple things. So if we try to inculcate these things, our life will become beautiful, others life will become beautiful. What more do we need to get in life if we can make someone happy or make someone else smile in this difficult world? So coming with many more videos, please feel free to comment and try to give me certain topics I would love to speak. There are so many at the back of my mind, so many experiences that I would love to share with you all, but because I'm held up with one or the other work, I was unable to post some videos. But please do feel, feel free to express your views. If you don't agree with me, please share your viewpoints. I would love to hear it from you. For now, take care. Bye.